Hello, I'm Kevin Rothzen, technical agronomist for Channel Seed in West Central Illinois. Now that a lot of growers have started planting across the territory, it's time to start talking about and figuring out and evaluating how that planting process went. One of the first big steps we need to do when evaluating how planting went is to go out and evaluate stand counts. There's many different ways to do that. One of the tried and true methods is to go out and measure 1/1000th of an acre and just count how many plants are in that row. It all depends on what row spacing you have, whether it's 15, 30s, or 20s. And then you measure the length of row that you need and just count the plants. Then once you get that count, that decides and tells you what the population is. Another way to evaluate stand is you can fly a UAS across it. There are multiple software packages out there that you can fly across the field. In about 15-20 minute flight, you can get a full field stand count. And I'd encourage you to reach out to either your local Channel SeedPro or your local Channel Seed Agronomist, and we can come out and help you evaluate that. Whether we walk the fields with you and help you count, or we bring our drones and the software we have, and we can get you a full field population map in about 15 to 20 minute flight. Now, if you are going to use a UAS or drone to do your stand counts, you do need to make sure you're at the right growth stage. So for a soybean field, we really need to fly at a V1 to V2 time frame, just so we can make sure and see the differentiation between the plants. And then on the corn side, we can fly a field from V1 to V3 and still get good solid stand counts from that. So once you get your evaluation of stand count, when you're out there, you want to be checking your field as well as far as weed emergence. We want to make sure that we evaluate our pre-herbicide pass to make sure that the weeds that we are targeting with those herbicides are still not coming up. If you start to see weed emergence while you're evaluating your stand, you need to start working with your local co-op or working with your sprayer operator to get out there and start thinking about doing a post pass. Now, if the weed control looks really good and there's no need to trigger that post pass, your first post pass, then I would start targeting that 4 to 6 week time frame after your first herbicide pass. I wouldn't say 4 to 6 weeks after planting. I'd say 4 to 6 weeks after your first pre-pass, because really it all depends on what herbicide you're using, what kind of residual it has. There's some herbicides that you only get 3 to 4 weeks of residual. Then there's some herbicides where we get 5 to 6 weeks, and that all depends on how much rain we get. So I would really start targeting about that month out from your pre-pass to make sure that you're going out and evaluating how your herbicide pass is going. Now that you've evaluated your stand and your herbicide pass, it's time to take that information that you just collected and see if you need to make any decisions off of that. Take those stand counts that you have and evaluate to make sure that you don't have an emergence issue. And if you had an emergence issue, you need to work with your local channel team to see if you need to replant any of that, and they'd be more than glad to help work with you on what products to replant with. And then obviously if you have a herbicide, you have some weeds coming in herbicide, whether to do that, trigger that post pass or not. Those are the two of the first steps in evaluating your stand. It's the first of many throughout the growing season. And as always, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to your local Channel SeedPro or your local Channel Seed Agronomist. We'd be glad to come out and walk and talk with you guys in the field. Thank you. Have a great day.